Let me say this. For any man out there that lost your girl and you feel like you did X, Y, and Z to take her out of this situation and to splurge on her and to spoil her, but one little mistake caused you to lose everything. She left you over just one mistake. Let me say this to you. That woman never needed you to do all of these extravagant things. She never needed you to save her. She just needed you to not be another thing that she had to survive. Hear me and hear me well. And sisters, please vouch for me if I'm speaking any part of what you know to be the truth. Because I'm really speaking to one brother. I get the DMs from the both men and women. Now, a lot of dudes, they don't show up in the comments, but they definitely show up in these DMs. But this brother is going on and on and on about how he did this, he did that. He can name all of these great things that he did. He can name the situation that she was in whenever he first met her. And now he's taking her out of that situation. And I need him and everybody, I need him to understand the exact same thing I'm telling y'all, which is that when you meet a woman and she's going through, put it in perspective for you. She's dealing with financial pressure, mental health issues, healing from some past relationship, probably even childhood trauma, work stress, societal expectations, or her body's probably changing as she gets older, or that stress goes up and down. She got enough weight. She don't need a boyfriend, a husband, a man to come in her life and add to that load instead of lightening it. She don't need for you to save the day. She needs the safety that allows her to enjoy all of those things you think should give you so much credit and so much leeway to do some of the stuff that you've done. Like, in a short way, I'm just trying to put it. A lot of men, and I've been there before. A lot of men have the misconception that the good should just outweigh the bad in all situations. However, all good don't weigh the same. All bad don't weigh the same. For instance, if you have a really nice house, all the bells and whistles, right? But the electrical wiring is bad, so it goes up in flames. It don't matter how many rooms the house had, how many square feet the house had. It don't matter if there was a nice pool in the back. It don't matter how you had 24-foot ceilings. It was built yesterday. it had a 3-car garage. It don't matter. That one bad thing made all of the good things go up in flames. Again, I can only speak as a man, sisters. So if I'm misrepresenting you, if you feel like I'm lying, please tell me I'm lying. But if at any point in time you feel like I'm telling the truth, 1, comment the word facts. 2, share this so like-minded people who can get it, probably the people that you are friends with, can also join the conversation. Because a lot of people have this totally messed up. And this is where you have a lot of dudes who honestly feel like the victim in a situation where they did something wrong, they betrayed, they broke the trust, et cetera, et cetera. And they're focused on all the good things. What about the months, the years? What about all that I've done for you? Yeah. What about all that you've done for her? Where was the regard for that when you did the thing that would break her and render her incapable of loving and appreciating and receiving all the things that you've done? Where was that? Where was that? Like, help me understand. I'm looking through this brother's DM and respect to him for at least, I guess, thinking that he's trying to understand. Respect him. A lot of guys don't even do that. But it ain't going to do you much good, my brother, if you do not understand that simple principle. The women that you meet, even though they may be going through the most or have gone through the most and they tell you about it, brother, it's not so you can save them. It's so that you'll know what not to do to them. Let me put this, because I already see some comments here saying, but all men, no, not all men. Not all men, because there are men who are alpha males who understand everything that I'm saying. Bring it a little closer. Understand everything that I'm saying. And they know what I'm saying to be facts. There are men out here who are not going to put you through the exact same thing multiple times. Once you let them know, they know exactly what to avoid. They know exactly how to love you even better. There are men out here who will handle you carefully and love you in all of those places that you came in wounded and injured. So don't misinterpret what I'm saying, sisters, as a reason why you need to stop opening up and stop telling a man this, that, and the other. I absolutely believe that you shouldn't be doing that early on. You should not be telling a man all your trauma and all your pain, day one, week one, sometimes not even month one. However, there are men out here who will see the wounded version of you, and that'll give them better intel on how to love you properly as you do the work to get to the healed version of you. Those men are absolutely safe to show everything that you've been through. Those men are alpha males. That's why they're safe. They've established the capacity to be safe for anybody that they love because they've dealt with the lesser version of themselves that would ever hurt somebody in that way that they're aware could hurt somebody. I just want to make that very clear. And if you are feeling like, well, where are these men at? These men don't exist. No, you're just right now, you're stuck in a pattern of dealing with immature boys disguised as men because you don't know the strategies to positioning yourself for an alpha male. You don't know how to recognize a true alpha male. You don't know how to read between the lines and see through the mask that those pretenders will wear. And you don't have to stay in that position if you don't want to, because I gave a masterclass on this. Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only. I broke down everything you need to know about how to recognize and position yourself for an alpha male that is healed and can be your ally as you get to the most healed version of you. I put the link down in the comments, but just comment the word secrets. If you want those secrets to positioning yourself to making alpha males crave you, comment the word secrets. I'll send you that masterclass free of charge. But back to what I was saying. And I hope I'm actually, as a matter of fact, I don't even care if I'm stepping on toes at this point because it's a lot better for me to step on toes than for dudes out here to keep thinking they can step on your heart, crushing it to pieces, and then play victim whenever you're left to pick up those pieces by yourself. Brothers, that woman was drowning. She was. She wasn't in the best situation in her life. She was getting herself together. She wasn't really ready to date, but she thought that maybe y'all could have something. And maybe she didn't need to be 100% perfectly healed emotionally in order to embark on the foundation of a real relationship. She was. She was drowning, but you jumped in the water just to splash around, just to play with her. That's why you lost her. That's why you lost her. It wasn't because she didn't appreciate all of the nice things. It wasn't because she's ungrateful. It wasn't because she's a modern woman. It wasn't because of any of that. It's because you added chaos to somebody's crisis, thinking it was helping, when really it was harmful. Yeah, she was stressed out. Maybe about losing her job. Yeah, she was stressed out about losing that job. But instead of offering support, all you did was start fights about her not having enough time for you. That woman is managing her anxiety and barely holding on, and she does that. And you come in creating more by being unpredictable and demanding and critical. Come on, man. That's why she left. She didn't leave because she don't know a good man when she sees one. She didn't leave because she don't have enough patience and grace with all the ways that you still need to develop. No, she understands that you need to work on yourself and she need to work on herself. But she also believes that you should have done enough work to where you came in able to not hurt her even more as she's putting herself together. You should have come in able to not break her even more than when she was already broken from whatever she had been through before you. It was never that woman needed you to fix her. The problem was that your fixing felt like more work for somebody, her, already putting in overtime into herself. That's the problem. Marquina says, I would like to know if somebody on TikTok is pretending to be you. Yeah. On TikTok, yeah. Now, if you get a message from my page that's verified on here, that's me. You get a comment from me, my verified page on here, that's me. But on TikTok, yeah, I'm not DMing nobody. So just a little quick FYI. But back to what I was saying, man, like you thinking that you fixing her, saving her, etc., but all you doing is putting more on that woman's shoulders. All your unsolicited solutions, they're just another form of control that you wanted to have over her. Like, say, for instance, whenever that woman was bending to you, instead of like listening, you immediately wanted to jump to tell her what she should do because you wanted to feel important. You wanted to feel like you had all the answers. You wanted to feel like you were a rescuer. In that process, though, you invalidated how she felt by basically telling her how she should feel, by focusing on all the things that she's doing wrong. She didn't need that, brother. She just needed a safe space so she could process. She didn't need a life coach with opinions. Not in that moment that she opened up to you. Now, she can get a life coach or she'll listen to somebody like me or read a book or whatever she may do, but you're her partner. She's not your project. She never was. And again, that's why you lost her. Not because she didn't appreciate the things that you did when you lost her because you didn't know your role, brother. So you read from somebody else's script. She never was some wounded dove, damsel in distress that needed you to swoop in and save the day. She just needed you to create safety every day. If I'm speaking facts, please, ladies, sisters, put facts down in the comments. If right now I'm speaking facts, put facts down in the comments. That woman, she just needed another, she needed a soft space to land, brother. She didn't need another storm to weather. Her home was meant to be her refuge, not another battlefield. But when she came home exhausted from dealing with work and difficult people all day, all you did was greet her with complaints and demands and your own drama. You basically became another source of stress instead of a conduit to her peace. That's why you lost her. It wasn't because she didn't like that, y'all went on dates every now and then. It wasn't because she didn't, find you attractive or she found another man or she left you for another man. She left you for her peace. That's all that was. But you in all your ego, you determined that she should receive your love in whatever way that you package it. And she should receive it despite whatever you decide it's going to come with. Even if it comes with disregard, neglect, betrayal, over criticism, if it comes with all of that, you decided she should bypass that and just receive what it is that you got. So if somebody serve you a salad and they just decide they're going to put in a little poison ivy, are you ungrateful for the salad? Are you ungrateful for that salad? Being that you couldn't enjoy it, being that it started to make you itch and break out. It gave you rashes. Like it literally was painful to eat the salad. Does that make you ungrateful? A modern man who just doesn't know a good salad when he sees one? Or is the problem that amongst all of the lettuce, tomatoes, cheese, olives, the dressing, the cucumber, the shredded carrot, the cheese, amongst all of that good, there's some poison ivy in the salad? Excuse me for getting a little passionate. Y'all know how I am about this stuff. If you picking up what I'm putting down, if what I'm saying is making sense, put facts down in the comments real quick. I want to know, does anybody understand what I'm saying? Put facts if you picking up what I'm putting down, because I know I can get passionate and I can lose a lot of people. And again, I want to be very clear. This is not all men. I'm talking, this is inspired by a particular brother. I think it represents a lot of men, but this is not all men. You see, as opposed to making things even harder on you, what an alpha male is going to do is, and I talked about this in the masterclass, Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only. He's going to look for ways to predict your needs. He's going to look for ways to predict your needs. Every single day that you are with an alpha male, he's going to take mental note of what makes you tick, what makes you talk, what your body language is saying. He's going to take mental note. So that way, over time, he's going to be gaining a PhD in you. So even when you don't have the capacity to speak on how you feel, you don't have the right language, right words to say exactly what's wrong with you. Even when you get to that point, he can still step in and add value, because that's what an alpha male wants to do. He wants to add value. Now, does this mean that he's Jesus Jr.? No, he makes mistakes. In fact, this is actually a selfish endeavor. Again, I don't want to go too far in depth because I talked about this in my masterclass, Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only. Comment the word secrets if you want the full masterclass because I broke it down. But this is a selfish endeavor in that when an alpha male dates, he dates with the purpose of integrating a woman into his purpose. So as he's taking better care of you, he's taking better care of who? Himself, as it should be. Nothing's wrong with that. If you want your car to get you from point A to point B and you want it to last long and you want it to run well and you don't want it to break down, you're going to do what? You're going to take better care of it. So when I say alpha male, I don't want to paint the picture of some knight in white shining armor that's perfect. No, he has very humane motivations, except he's evolved and he's mature and he's honorable in how he walks in those motivations and how they line up in his life. So now it's safe for you to come in with your own motivations of being loved correctly, of being led by a man whose leadership is safe, not threatening or diminishing or devaluing of you. It's safe for you to come into that leadership. You don't feel like you need to guard yourself or protect yourself and all the things that you dealt with the toxic men. That's how an alpha male is going to be able to love you. And now both people, by meeting their individual selfish needs, they end up contributing to each other's full potential. There's a lot that goes into that because before you can get to that, you got to recognize an alpha male. You got to attract alpha males. And again, I talked about that in my masterclass, Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only. I put the link down here in the comments, by the way. Man, just trust me when I say it'll bless you to get your hands on it. But back to what I was saying, like when you're dealing with a man who's not an alpha male, when you're dealing with a man who is ridden with jealousy and insecurity, it becomes a full-time job that you never applied for. And brothers, managing your emotions should not be in her job description. She's dealing with real problems. You creating fake ones by questioning her loyalty and demanding constant reassurance or getting upset about imaginary threats. You're basically trying to make her insecurity become your emergency. Why would a woman want to stay with that? Why would a woman want to stay with a man who's, while she's building herself up, he's just tearing her down? Then wondering why she seems distant whenever she retreats back to a safer distance from you. Her growth requires support, not sabotage. She wanted a partner in progress, just like she was, not a project to complete. Growth as an effort in any relationship that's going to survive is supposed to be mutual, not one-sided. So she was willing to grow with you, yes, but she was not willing to grow for you. She needed somebody equally committed to becoming better, not somebody who was comfortable staying the same because it felt good. Now, I know some of y'all ain't going to get this, but if you do, please let me know down in if I'm speaking facts, put facts. Because I don't know how many different ways I can say it, man. Like, no woman who's working on herself truly, putting in the work, no woman is looking for a savior or a rescuer. She don't need you to have a cape. She don't need you to have any of that. She don't need you to be perfect. She just needs you to be honest, present. She needs you to be willing to grow. She don't need you to come in and be Superman. She needs you to come in and be the real man that you presented yourself to be in the very beginning. She needs you to be one more thing that she does not have to survive. Because even the strongest women, they're not looking for a rescuer. They're looking for a partnership with somebody who's not going to add to their burdens as they fight their own battles. But those are just my thoughts. I'm your internet bro and I got your back. But if you believe that anything I said was true, keep your money. All I ask is that you pay it forward by hitting the share button. Down here, it's a little arrow. So somebody else on your timeline can get blessed with this message the same way that you just did. Only if, you believe anything I said to be true. Hit the share button right now so you can pay it forward. Don't be selfish. And if you want more like this, but you want a much more deep dive, especially on the topic of attracting alpha males, you want the step-by-step that's helped over 14,000 women and counting, and you want it for free, comment the word secrets. I'm going to send it to you free. Or just hit that link that you see pinned down here in the bottom. All right. Y'all be good. Peace.